I've been around a while, long enough to realize that it seems like the more modern a government system gets, the harder it is to do something simple, like actually receive the money that they owe you. Somewhere along the way, efficiency tends to turn into a maze of portals, vendors, and automated messages telling you to please wait while nothing happens. Welcome to the Jersey Signal Podcast. My name is Christopher Lotito, and this is episode 8. After accessibility criticism, New Jersey moves to restore paper checks. This episode is a follow-up to what we talked about last time. How policies that look good on paper can fall apart when real people try to use them. And it's also a bridge episode. In episode 9, we'll be returning to our regular programming on opera, public records, and the Government Records Council. But first, let's talk about something that sounds small and absolutely isn't. How the state pays people money it already owes them. Recently, the New Jersey State Senate passed bipartisan legislation sponsored by Senator Kristin Corrado that would restore paper checks as an option for certain state payments. This includes things like unemployment benefits, temporary disability benefits, tax refunds, and even payroll for state employees. This didn't come out of nowhere. It came after sustained criticism about accessibility, responsiveness, and the way state systems often leave residents stuck navigating third-party vendors with little help when something goes wrong. Over the past several years, New Jersey, like many states, shifted heavily towards electronic payments. In theory, that sounds efficient. In practice, it often means you either provide direct deposit information or receive funds through a prepaid debit card issued by a private company. And if that system breaks, if the card doesn't work, the transfer fails, or customer service goes dark, you're no longer dealing directly with the state. You're stuck in the middle, trying to get answers from a contractor you didn't choose. As we discussed in episode 7, this exact setup caused real problems for my family during paid family leave. The money eventually arrived, but the process added stress, delays, and unnecessary complexity during an already vulnerable time. And we weren't alone. Legislators reported hearing from constituents across New Jersey who couldn't reach live people, couldn't resolve payment issues, and couldn't get clear answers. The bill that passed the Senate is a response to that reality. It doesn't eliminate electronic payments. It does not roll back modernization. What it does is restore choice. Under this proposal, residents would be informed of their payment options and allowed to select paper checks, if that's the most reliable or accessible method for them. That distinction matters. Accessibility isn't just about websites meeting technical standards. It's about whether systems work for people with different levels of banking access, technological comfort, or time to fight through customer service loops. The benefit doesn't mean much if you can't actually receive it. Senator Corrado previously put these issues plainly when she wrote that her office hears daily from residents who simply cannot reach a live person at state agencies. Departments like Labor, Treasury, Human Services, and the Motor Vehicles were all named. Restoring paper checks is one concrete way to reduce friction in systems that have become too rigid and too detached from the people they serve. It's important to be clear. This bill still requires final legislative approval and the governor's signature. Passing one chamber doesn't automatically fix implementation, but it does signal that accessibility concerns are being acknowledged, and that criticism, when grounded in lived experience, can produce movement. This is also a reminder of something central to the Jersey Signal project. Transparency and accountability aren't abstract concepts. They show up in the mechanics of how government actually operates, how it communicates, how it responds, and how it delivers on promises that already exist in law. We'll continue tracking this legislation and implementation through the Jersey Signal project on Substack, and in the next episode, episode 9, we'll return to our ongoing series on opera, public records, and the Government Records Council, picking back up with how residents can enforce transparency when agencies don't cooperate. If you want deeper analysis, source material, and updates on stories like this, subscribe to the Jersey Signal Project on Substack. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned. The Signal is only getting stronger.